Alright guys, welcome in, welcome back. So every night that's a clear night, I try to film the skies when I can. I got a couple different telescopes, trying to document all the anomalies and different things going on up there. But every month I try to make a video of all the pictures I took for the month before. So I'm going to go ahead and show all the pictures I took in the month of October. And then at the end of November, I'll show them. End of December, I'll show them. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to probably try to make a calendar. Try to pick one good picture or let you guys pick the picture for the calendar. And then I'll try to make a calendar. But here we go. Let me go ahead and get over to them. All these photos are from October from my roof. All using stock Canon Rebel T3 cameras. Right here we're looking at the Orion Nebula, the Flame Nebula, the Horsehead Nebula, the Andromeda Galaxy, our nearest neighbor. And some of these are like 12 hours of integration time. Some are like 6 hours. You get a little, sometimes the core gets kind of blowed out on there, depending on if the moon was out. Some of these, like this one here, I shot in with a hydrogen alpha filter that blocks all other wavelengths of light but the hydrogen. That's how you know different gases are up there, because you can use different filters to block the other wavelengths of light. And that was the Heart and Soul Nebula. I think this is the star Satyr or Satyr. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. This is a North American nebula in the hydrogen alpha filter. It really makes them dust clouds kind of stand out. Now I don't know how to take this and merge it with the RGB channels of the color picture of it, because then it'll make the reds, the hydrogen, pop out much better in your pictures. See, it almost even blocks out the stars, man. Here's a picture of Triangulum Galaxy. Kind of cropped in on that one. Here's Pleiades. I did several of these. Some of these I had about 12 hours of integration time. And here's a stock camera of Pleiades. I can't remember what that nebula to the left is. Another shot of Triangulum. You know, every night it's a little different depending on the moon glow. This was the Horsehead Nebula. Or not the Horsehead, but the Elephant Head or Elephant Trunk Nebula, shot in hydrogen alpha. Another one, a Triangulum. That's probably about 6 hours of integration time. Here's the Heart Nebula in RGB. Another one, a Triangulum. I had the camera in there sideways though. That was after I took the filter out. Here's a pretty good one of the Pleiades, showing all the cloud dust you can't really see with the naked eyes. Then I broke out the big scope and worked on some shots of the planet Jupiter. And you can see each, as it pans to each picture, you can see just how far the moons move in just a few minutes. These videos are just a few minutes apart. And as it cycles through each picture, you can see just how much it spins in that short amount of time. And even the storms on the planet are spinning really fast. They're spinning faster in the middle than they are as they go up towards the north or south. A lot of stuff moving around up there. Here's a close-up shot of some sunspots. There were some huge sunspots. A couple of the moons, moon shadow in the red spot. Here's a few close-ups of the moon. You can see different nights, it kind of produces different colors just, you know, by whatever chemicals are in the air. It's a little bit cloudy. That's why not all of them are like perfectly focused, but they're the best I could get for that night. And that's part of the thing about shooting the skies, man. You're not going to get a clear night. You rarely get a clear night. This was Mars. And that's clear as I could get it right there. You can see the polar ice caps. Here's a real good shot of Pleiades again, showing a lot of the cloud dust, the other emissions. Another one of the Andromeda Galaxy. Showed a lot of blue this night. You know, it all depends on how dark the sky is. Like, what kind of, you know, if the moon's out there at all, it washes the sky out. It kind of turns the sky blue. Another one of the Triangulum Galaxy. More Pleiades. You know, certain things each month I got to hit certain targets because I got so many trees. So it looks like I really hit Andromeda and the Triangulum Galaxy. They're pretty close to each other. I don't think I took any just RGB of the Elephant Trunk Nebula. And that's what we're looking at here. More of, I mean, some of this is probably like 6 hours or 10 hours of filming it. You know, the more you can film it, the more and more detail you'll get. Yeah, there's the star Satyr again. It's got a big red emissions nebula around it. Here's a factory camera, factory lens shooting the Andromeda Galaxy. Another one of Pleiades. This is probably only a few hours of integration time. Looks like it was a pretty dark night, though. That one actually come out pretty good. You don't see all the cloud dust. Here's the North American Nebula in RGB. Another one. Sometimes I had the camera in there different. Looks like I really was working on that Elephant Trunk Nebula, but then I never did get any of the shots of it. Yeah, here it is. Here's in color. Here's that same picture, but in color. They call this the Elephant Trunk Nebula. I can't remember if that's a gold garnet star or something different. Here's the Heart and Soul Nebula in hydrogen alpha. And I tried to take them separately and stack them, and that's the difference in nights. Like when there wasn't a moon and a partial moon, and I just couldn't get them to look right. And that's just factory aligned colors of the Elephant Trunk Nebula. Get a drink of water here. Here's the Veil Nebula. This is a supernova. It's actually got two parts to it. Another one of the Horse Nebula and the famed nebula, part of the Orion constellation. Here's where I did try to do some calibrating on the, you got the east veil and the west veil. Here pretty soon we should see the whole picture. I didn't really have it on target good. You can tell there was some clouds this night, really bloated the stars out, but it looked cool. So huge difference between the color version and the hydrogen alpha because it blocks all the other light. That's why you're only seeing the red. I want to shoot this in hydrogen alpha because I know there's tons of red out there that we just can't see because I don't have enough integration time on it. But that's a really good shot of the horse, even with the stars being bloated like that. Triangulum Galaxy again. See, it'll be different galaxies this next month, November. See, I almost had it framed up right. But usually I got so tired, man. Here's a pretty good one framed up. So that's showing the north and the southern part of the veil, and then some of the weird stuff in the middle. More of the hydrogen alpha stuff. Here's a star called Sadr, S-A-D-R. And look at the colors in that. That was probably one of my best photos. There's a North American Nebula shot with just a stock camera, but here's another good picture of that star and the colors and the stars around it. It's probably one of my best pictures. Another one of the Heart and Soul Nebula. Here's factory camera. That's the North American Nebula. I get a lot of camera noise with just the camera, this factory camera, factory lens. Here's a factory camera. Here's the North American Nebula with, the other one's up close. This is the whole field of view with the stock camera. Stock camera. Looks like the Triangulum Galaxy. Stock camera, North American Nebula. And then I think that up there, here's a Heart and Soul RGB. Look at that, I forgot the E. And then some of them pictures of Jupiter. Here's a GIF file. I turned the planet right side up. These were from just a couple nights ago. This will be in the November. I'm going to try to do this a lot longer and try to make sure I get the planet right side up and spinning the right way. But anyway, guys, armor up. I'll be giving away 3 or 4 more telescopes soon, and I'll get all the details out on how I'm doing that. One of these is about a $700, $800 telescope. Hasn't even been used yet. I just want to take a few pictures with it before I give it away. Anyway, guys, armor on, eyes to the sky. Much love. Thanks out there to people that help us. Anyway, guys, much love. You want the truth, study the skies, learn the processes.